Louis, Brenton, thanks for coming today, mate. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to run through a couple of things. A pre-exercise screening tool, which just gives me an idea of your background and your health and fitness. We're going to go through some posture observations, okay, so some static and some moving observations, okay, which will help me design mobilizers and myofascial release exercises within your program. And then we're going to go through a design questionnaire based on your goals, your sporting background, your current work life and stuff like that, which will also help me build on what you want to achieve, okay, and generate a program that's suitable for you to get back in the gym. Awesome. So mate, I'm just going to get through this pre-exercise screening tool. So just your full name, thanks.
Lewis Clark Peoples.
Date of birth, mate.
24th of 10th, 94.
You recognised as a male.
Yes.
That's that. 25th of July, 2020. Okay. Oh, mate, has your doctor ever told you that you have a heart condition, or have you ever suffered a stroke?
No.
Do you ever experience unexplained pains in your chest, or at rest, or during physical activity or exercise?
No.
Do you ever feel faint or have spells of dizziness during physical activity exercise that cause you to lose your balance?
No.
Have you ever had an asthma attack during requiring immediate attention at any time over the last 12 months?
No.
Do you have either type 1 or type 2 diabetes?
No.
Do you have do you have any diagnosed muscle, bone, joint problems that you have been told could be made worse by participating in any physical activity or exercise?
Yes.
Do you have any other medical conditions that may make it dangerous for you to participate in physical activity or exercise?
No.
I'll just get you to sign it later when we're done. Awesome. Alright, so just the name again, Lewis Clark Peoples. Date of birth is the 25th of the 10th, 96, no 5. Okay. So you're how old? 24. Recognised as a male. Risk factor. Okay. Do you have any family history of heart disease or heart attack?
No.
Do you smoke cigarettes on a daily basis, or have you quit smoking in the last 6 months?
No.
Describe your current physical activity or exercise level. Sedentary, light, moderate, or vigorous? For how long and how many times per week do you suggest you would do these types of exercise?
Over the week as a whole is probably moderate.
Yep.
But there are vigorous activities throughout the week that I probably do.
And how many times per week would you say you do moderate exercise? And for how long?
3 to 4 times, 40 to an hour. 40 minutes.
An hour. 60 minutes. Yep. And maybe your vigorous exercise, maybe 1 or 2 a week?
Yeah, 1 or 2.
For about the same period of time, or a little bit shorter?
Yes. Vigorous would be an hour, probably 40 minutes.
Okay. Okay, what is your current height?
180.
80. And your weight, thereabout?
102.
102. Okay, that'll be fine. Have you been told you have high blood pressure?
No.
Have you ever been told you have high cholesterol?
No.
Have you ever been told you have high blood sugar?
No.
You have a total risk factor of 0. Have you ever spent time in hospital, including for any medical condition, illness, injury during the last 12 months?
12 months, no.
Are you currently taking any prescribed medication for a medical condition?
No.
That is definitely a no for you. You're certainly not pregnant or giving birth in the last 12 months. Do you have any muscle, bone, joint pain or soreness that's made worse by a particular type of activity or exercise?
Yes. Right shoulder.
Yes.
Full extension. Knee pull-ups.
Right shoulder, full extension.
And minimal grip strength reduction.
Grip strength. In that same side?
Yep.
Cool. So. Awesome, my man. Oh, so that concludes the exercise health screening. What we'll now do is we'll go into some postural observations, and then following that, we'll then get into your program design questionnaire. Awesome, mate. Stick around. We'll get started with that. All right, Louis. So what we're going to do, mate, is we're going to go through your postural observations. So the first one's going to be static postural observation. I'm going to get an interior view, posterior view, left and then right hand side. Once I've done that, then we're going to get some moving observations as well. Okay, so I'll just show you what I want for the first one. Okay, so I just want you standing in front of the camera, looking straight ahead, big breath in, relax, just hang out here for about 30 seconds. I'll just do a few marks on the computer, and then I'll tell you to turn around, face the wall, and then just go through the same process. After you've done face the wall, right, either turn left or right, doesn't matter. A big breath in, big breath out, okay, and then just relax. Cool, mate. Jump on there for me. I'll get you in the position of the camera where I can see you. Yeah, spot on, mate. Cool. So, if you just take a big breath in for me and relax. Yep. Turn around for me, mate. Same thing again. Big breath in and relax. Cool, mate. And just facing outside for me. Big breath in, big breath out. And face the other way for me, mate. And one last time. Big breath in, big breath out. Cool. Oh, and just relax, brother. Alright, so I'm just going to get you to do 3 movements for me now. Okay, so basically they'll just be facing the camera. Okay, all they are is just a The first one's a nice lunge forward for me.
Yep.
Okay, just hang out there, relax, and then left side. Once you've done that, okay, I'll get you to do a lateral lunge. Okay, just hang out, relax. Okay. Once you've done that, and then what I'll get you to do is basically it's just a step around and reach. Okay, it should look a little bit like that. Okay, just go to wherever your mobility and translocation does. Alright, mate. So, just for doing that first one for me, just that forward lunge. Yeah, and then just go back, and then sides change. Yeah, and just go through that one a couple more times for me. Yeah, and the right side again. Cool, and just relax. Okay. Alright, so just that next one, just that side lunge for me. Yeah. Cool, and then just to the other side for me, mate. Just keep rolling through that a couple of times, and I'll just observe. Cool, and just relax. Yeah, and then that final one's just that step around and reach. Cool. Yep. Trying a bit lower on that step. Yeah. It's like you're turning around to pick something up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and just relax for me.
Yeah, but fair enough, I'm silly.
Alright, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go over your goals. Okay, so this will help me. The exercise you generate today will help me generate your programming, based on the goal you want to achieve. So I'll just go over your full name again. So Louis Clark Peebles.
Yep.
Your best contact number, mate.
0421
Yep.
955
Yep.
649.
Cool. Best email address.
LOUAE
LOUIE, yep.
.peoples
Yep.
at gmail.com.
Today is the 25th of July 2020. Okay. So, first step, right, is we're just trying to hash out your goal, okay? So, the following questions will sort of help me do that.
Yep.
Okay. And then we'll carry on with the next little question as well. Okay, so what are your expectations of the time you will spend with me?
To get stronger and lose a bit of weight.
What outcomes do you want from your exercise program?
So probably lose 8 kg,
Yep,
6 to 8 kg,
yep,
and probably increase strength on all levels.
yep. What is the single most important goal for you to achieve with your exercise program?
Probably weight.
Yep. And what time frame do you expect to achieve your goals?
I'd like to see changes in a couple months.
A couple months, so 3 to 4, 2 to 3.
3 to 4.
Yep. Aside from your time at the gym, how much additional time per day are you willing to engage in activity that helps you get to your goal, such as walks, using stairs, working out at home, etc.?
Yeah, so vigorous training.
So you would say an additional five days a week
Yeah.
for 30, 45 minutes?
30 to 45, yeah.
Yep. Are all aspects of your training completely up to you, or is someone or something else a consideration when scheduling your training sessions?
So with my job,
Yep.
defence,
Yep.
that timetable and my time at work varies
Yep.
quite quickly. So I don't have set timings that I can make.
That's like due to exercise.
Exercise, yeah, and things that I have to do or places I've got to go.
Sure. So the appropriate goal for you would pretty much be weight loss
Yes.
out of the four. Yep. Cool. So, is it more important for you to continually be active and moving or stationary during your workouts? So, either moving, stationary, or both?
I think a bit of both.
Bit of both?
Mhm.
When you need to reduce stress, do you ideally enjoy activities to be physical, to be exciting, adventurous, competitive, or social? Or social to be relaxed, stationary and practical? So the answers can be physical, stationary, or once again both.
Physical.
Physical. Yep. Do you enjoy exercise more when it involves a repetitive routine or one that offers variety?
Repetitive routine, but flexible sometimes.
Okay. So would you say a bit of both?
Yeah, probably.
Does your occupation require continual moving hands on work? Yes, no, or a bit of both?
Yes.
Okay. Two more sets of questions, mate, and then we are done. Would you say that your work is sedentary, active, or physically strenuous?
Active. Actually, a bit of both.
Active and
And sedentary.
sedentary? And would you say it fluctuates?
Yeah. Depending on.
And depending on task.
Yeah. It's very task based.
Yep. What hobbies do you enjoy?
So rugby league.
Yep.
Camping.
Yep.
It's your bag, man. I wanted to do this. I'm locked up. So,
Thanks, mate. Yep. Rugby league, camping. That's about it, huh? That's cool. I don't have any yet. Do you regularly participate in recreational activities?
Yes.
Can you name them for me?
Well, I did. Not at the moment, but I like playing in touch.
Yep.
Social touch footy. And just most social events with mates.
Yep. And how often would you say you sort of jump into these hobbies or rec activities a week? Or a fortnight or a month?
Monthly. At the moment, not much at all.
Yep.
Especially with the way the world is with COVID.
Yep.
And all that. But on a normal year, probably 3 to 4 times a month.
Are you currently exercising in a gym or conducting any like outdoor PT sessions?
Yes.
And how long have you done that for?
Last 4 years.
Cool. So greater than sort of 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine, man. Last set of questions. This is just diving into the motivation about the goal and why you want to do the programming. Okay, so why is the goal most important for you right now?
So with my new job at work, it requires me to be a little bit more light on my feet.
Yep.
And cardio based.
If you don't make these changes and stay the way you are, or regress in health and fitness, how would that affect your life, and what consequences could occur?
So it could affect my job, my current job, quite massively, because it is very heavily fitness orientated, and also state of mind. I love working out.
When you do successfully reach your goal, in what ways will life be different?
I think it'd be more enjoyable.
Like both, like at work and socially?
And socially.
Yeah. What benefits are most important to you?
Increase in fitness.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it to make those changes right now?
Probably 7, 8.
Why is it not a 2 or a 3?
Because my job and my lifestyle can't afford it to be. And also, if I don't train, I lose fitness quite quickly.
What would make it a higher number? I.e., what would make it sort of a 9 or a 10?
If my job and speciality increased its fitness standards, or new life goals, I'm guessing.
So like new life goals arose, or
Yeah.
do you believe that you can make these changes?
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you?
8.
What would make that confidence higher number higher, sorry?
Kicking the ass.
And are you ready and willing to make these changes?
Yes.
In what ways do you believe I can help you?
You could help me with the element I mentioned before, good kicking the ass, and also programming and sticking to that program, ensuring that I stick to it myself.
I'm just going to recap pretty much everything you said, mate. If you feel like I've written it down wrong or it needs to change, just stop me and let me know and we'll correct it. So the first set of questions I was just basically trying to hash out your goal. Okay, so you know, your expectation of me, you think you would like to get stronger, lose a little bit of weight. The goal is to lose 8 kilos and increase strength.
Yep.
All over. The most important out of those 2 goals would be to lose the weight itself.
Yep.
Okay, and you see this occurring within 3 to 4 months.
Yep.
Aside from the programming that I'll write for you, you believe you can achieve 30 to 45 minutes 5 days a week in a morning of just cardio based, whether that be rowing, running, assault bike, small hit sessions and stuff like that. In regards to the aspects of your training, so obviously your defence, your job with defence is rapidly evolving and changing, things, exercise deployments, tasks and all that. Okay, so sometimes you might not be able to make the designated timing.
Yep.
So we just have to remain flexible. But basically all I pulled out of that first on the questionnaire is the appropriate goal for you would be the weight loss.
Weight loss.
Cool. So then we went on to this type of style of training you are. I asked about, is it important for you to be continually moving or stationary during your workouts? You agree that it's probably a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
When you need to reduce stress, you like to be physical, so whether that's going on an adventure, going for a PT, I believe you've got a dog, so walking your dog, so that's quite important to you.
Yep.
When you do exercise, are you more preferred repetitive or variety? Okay, you're sort of a little bit on the fence. Okay, so I just put in both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yep.
And then does your occupation require continual moving hands-on work? You said yes. We had a bit of both column A and column C. Okay, so I defaulted to column C, just simply because
Yep.
you're a bit more abrupt about those actual levels of work. And then we were trying to flush out, the third set of questions I was trying to flush out the level of physical activity you currently do and that you're willing to do and why that's important to you. So I asked about, what kind of work, is it sedentary, active? You said active and sedentary, it can fluctuate depending on your task. Asked about your hobbies and your rec activities, which is pretty much rugby league, camping, and social events with mates. And then you went on to the last question. We talked about how often you do these, and you said in the current climate with COVID, you're unable to, but usually it's 2 to 4 times a month you jump in these. And then we obviously hashed out that you have been doing physical fitness programming for some time due to your job. Okay, so once again, the appropriate level for you based on that set of questions is C, which I'll explain to you when we get there shortly. Okay, and then the last set of questions was the motivation about your goal. So it's probably the most important part. So why is the goal most important to you? And you're just like, straight away, it was all about your job, what's required of your job, and what you do. You need to be fit, light on your feet, be able to think clearly, and all those things. And obviously, physical fitness is an important part of mental fitness as well. And like you said, mental clarity on the job. If you don't make these changes, you said, yeah, it'll affect my job largely simply because of the orientation of being fit, being able to carry yourself and present yourself appropriately. When you successfully reach your goal, you said both work and social events or being around people socially would be a lot more enjoyable. The benefits most important to you were just the overall increase in fitness. Level of importance was about a 7 or 8 out of 10. And then it is that important to you simply because if you don't make the changes, you can't effectively do your job as well as you'd like to. That's why it's like a 2 or 3. And then it would be a high number, obviously, if the conditions for all the fitness standards obviously change to complete your job. I wanted to ask if you believe you can make the changes. You were confident straight out, yes. You were 8 out of 10, which is quite high, which is really good. That's what we like to see. What would make your confidence high? You said a good old kick in the arse. I like that. And then once again, you're ready and willing to make these changes. Absolutely. And then obviously just to wrap up, I asked, in what ways do you believe I could help you as a coach? And you basically just said, give me that kick in the arse, write me that structured programming, ensure that I consistently show up and do the work. Awesome, man. That wraps that up. I'll go away, take the information you give me, I'll write you up the program, mate, and we'll get stuck in. Awesome. Thanks, Luke.
Cheers.
Well, that's that one done. Fucking turn the aircon back on.
Fuck, it's hot. Oh, it's still going.
Sorry.
Oh, it's still going.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is there a big red button there or?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh.
If there's a big red button there, then just turn it off. Yeah, it's still going.